Okay. Probably need more than that. So we got that. Let's get some magenta. I'm trying to say hi and send love and good wishes. Yeah, thanks. I'm sure you saw the bad news. So I appreciate it. Congrats on your second shot, though. That's always good. So we'll start on the metal, and then we'll see where we go from there. But so we're gonna be working on a 3D print of one of the Daybreak miniatures. This is a larger, scaled up version. You can see some of the other ones here that I've printed off. They look really, really good. These are hollow too. Look at the fun resin color there. So, are y'all bringing back Miniature Monday kits? Do you mean Reaper? Because Reaper canceled Miniature Monday, so it's over. What I'm going to be doing is releasing Miniature Monday kits of 3D printed minis on my shop every month. So starting next month, we'll have a selection of 4 prints, and you can see these are 3D prints right here. So if you're wondering, kind of like, now these are obviously huge. But so that's what I'll be doing, is I'll just be doing 4 a month, and we'll do it every single Monday like we always did. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and get started here. You can see this goblin's really fun pose. And I'm going to start off with this rust color. The balls to stat? I have no idea what that means, dude. Alright, so we're just gonna be... Oh, I think that's a... Is this flash or a strap? Oh, that's a strap, okay. To start. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know, it's really unfortunate. A lot of people really love the show, but you know, they had problems getting the kits right for like the entire first year, and then, you know, the whole show was under promoted the entire time, so like, you know, eventually they were like, well, it's not worth our time to try and like get more staff to help make sure the kits are built correctly. Because, like, the last 6 months of the show, every single kit that they released on the first wave was, like, missing something. So that's obviously a problem. So then, you know, they were like, we're not going to be able to fix this. So, you know, we're gonna see if we can do it without the need to build kits, right? So then that's what we started this year. And then they just, like, stopped really promoting it. And then it fell apart. So, you know. But I wasn't expecting it to just end. But they supposedly are, you know, whatever. But it is what it is. And there was no discussion with me, right? Like, the people that made the decision never talked to me about it. They never listened to, like, my concerns with the show or, like, what I thought we could be doing better. So it was a surprise for the guys that I work with, too. Like, literally no one expected it, so. But it is cool, you know, we did it for 58 weeks. Or I guess longer than that, but we had 58 episodes, so that's a lot of good work. I'm proud of the work that I did. You know, whether or not the guys that canceled the show appreciated it, you know, I didn't hear anything from them, so that's just kind of how it goes. But you know, I'm trying not to be bitter about it, but it definitely is a situation where justifiably I could be bitter just because of how it was handled. But like I said, the guys that I worked with were great. They really cared about everything and wanted to fix everything that they could whenever there was a problem to the best of their ability. They obviously can't do much, but there was still a support. Look, there's still support right here. There we go. Alright, so there are a couple other bits of metal, but I guess we could do all the metal with this base. I believe his earrings in gold. But yeah, I fully plan to continue Miniature Monday. I doubt they would try and do the same show, because like what they were saying was that they want to just completely do brand new shows with like everything they're doing because they're losing viewers on Twitch. So, if they try and do the same thing, that's cute. It won't be the same. But I'll keep doing it. I own like all the social stuff for Miniature Monday and whatever. So, if it expands out beyond just me, then that's always a possibility. So, it'll definitely be more exciting, too, for Miniature Monday, just because we have, the ability to do whatever we want now and do 3D prints and really awesome sculpts from different manufacturers. Even across like the same manufacturer. So Daybreak is new. So this is a new vendor that I'm doing, and honestly, these sculpts are so cool. Now this is the next long-term atelier tier for Patreon, so we're going to be doing a really high-level paint job on this guy every single week. But then you can see the size, and like their orcs are huge, but this is like a chaos guy. Really, really awesome. And then you can see this one too. I just printed off a couple just to have some fun, but he's got like a flame sword. And I wanted to test their supports on these like really big scaled up versions, and they worked really well. So you gotta love that. There are plenty of 3D like sculptors that release stuff, and their supports are not that great. So anytime someone's like, hey, our stuff is scaled up really huge, I'm like, okay, we'll see. We'll see, Bubbo. Alright, so I'm gonna take this magenta, because it's super, super yellow, or not yellow, sorry, I was looking at the other leather color I have. So we're gonna do like some tinting with magenta and then kind of like a yellow. Before really doing any other work. And I want the metals to be like old and really weathered, but of course it wouldn't be me without making sure we've got really good color. So we'll do like that side, maybe like a little bit right here. Go back in here with some of this more yellow tone. This is like a yellow ochre. Putting it in next to the magenta. Okay, and we just have to let that dry. While that dries, we can do the base for the green skin. Green skin. Sorry, my nose is all messed up. I did a bunch of priming and I didn't wear a mask like an idiot, so now like I can't breathe out my nose. Really good. I'm good that I follow my own rules. I do have this miniature on sale too, by the way. So like, as we let's not start that. Hold on. As I work on this guy, he'll be 10% off. I think that's what I'll do whenever I work on a 3D print, is I'll just knock them on sale on the store. So if you are interested, check it out. You can also use code April, all caps. You'll get $5 off an order of 25 or more. Okay, so what I'm looking up is what color works best for underpainting on green, and it looks to be pink. Interesting enough. Let's see. We'll see if my theory is correct here. Kind of. Okay. We're not gonna go all the way. So instead, why don't we do? I know exactly what we'll do. We're gonna do oh, this is gonna be great. All right. Prepare your eyes. This is gonna be counterintuitive to goblining. I do like how the goblin skin has these little like pimply knots all over it as well. That's pretty fun. So if we're doing green, I'm going to do the underneath that. Oh, before you run, Gary, check it out. So this one's a little bit bigger. I did, this one scaled up another 10% on your size, but this should give you an idea of like the size of the mini, just a little bit smaller. So. Paint is super thin. Yeah, of course. It has to be. This is all, you know, I'm glazing everything for the base coat, so. Essentially, it needs to be like a wash consistency, but you're not wanting to apply it like a wash, you're wanting to apply it as a glaze. That way we're able to retain all the good stuff. Oh, you know what? We should go back through. I'm gonna do all kinds of tricks on this thing, really. Yesterday I had a lot of fun. We were doing the almost last steps on the big Mortarion model. And I know I shared the photo, but I'll show you guys here on camera too. But man, we were color tinting pros while we were doing sort of like our last steps, and I was having such a good time because the results were so good. So, you never thin your paint. Well, that's going to be a huge like setback for you in terms of being able to do certain things, because at the end of the day, really high-level miniature painting is essentially watercolor painting with acrylic paint. That's why the use of a wet palette functionally is so important, different things like that. Thick paint will only get you so far. I mean, you can do like wet blending with thick paint. That's pretty much it. You can obviously dry brush, but... Alright, so that's going to be a good base tone. Then we're going to go back in with some yellow tones and then start the green. But I love the tones that we've got going on in the middle. So yeah, yesterday I was finishing up this guy. Look at this. I mean, look at the the wings though, right? Like, I wanted to do all of this subtle color work. And yeah, I mean, definitely think this one's turning out really, really sweet. So. But yeah, hey, Holly's here. What's up? Hey, Howard. But yeah, definitely think this turned out pretty well. Okay, so back to our goblin. And I printed this one. I'm really happy with the way that it looks. Like you really, so on some of the other ones you can tell it's a 3D print just because of some suction force. Oh, right there. So that angle is completely vertical to the build plate. That's why you can see the layer lines. But everything else, I used the Badger 3D primer, so it looks so, I mean, it's so smooth. Like if we look at just look at this axe, right? Like where are the print lines? You can't see them. So that's the best part. Yeah, so Josh, one of the reasons why it probably takes you so long to paint is because you are using thick paint. The thinner your paint is, the faster it dries. So, where do I find the Badger 3D at? So I bought it from USA Airbrush Supply or US Airbrush Supply. I forget like which exactly it goes by. And I bought the little bottles, but they're pretty expensive. So I ended up buying the 32-ounce bottles, which are also very expensive, but they should like the discount that you get by purchasing that much in bulk, to me at least, was way worth it. All right, so I'm taking clear yellow, a little bit of that ochre tone, and then some of this stuff, which I highly recommend, the airbrush medium by Army Painter. I've completely switched off of the Vallejo thinner to using this stuff because it is so good. All right, we're gonna tint the skin here. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, not at all, Josh. So like, you'll see once I get out of sort of the stage that I'm in now. The thinner your paint is to begin with, literally like the second you're taking your brush off of the miniature, the layer will dry. Like the second you're done. So always keep that in mind. So I'm just prepping the undertones for the green. I want yellow because that will ensure the brighter areas here that were left from the zenithal will be like a more neon green, and then the pink underneath, the magenta underneath, will then shift that green immediately into a shadow. It's a lot easier to do a color than it is black because you don't lose your saturation. So it should be a pretty like instantaneous, obvious change. Of course, we're gonna have plenty of brushwork to go back and do on top, but I'm just trying to like save myself some time. I don't even know what PSI. It's high. With my Iwata, I don't like to go low. I like to go high. If I'm using a Sotar, then I'll go low. But I almost never use my Sotar, so there you go. All right, you guys want to see some green, on top of this? What do you want? What do you want to see first? You want to see metal or green? You tell me. Remember, you can see, too, a lot of the materials that I use on the Amazon page. Anything you buy after following that link on Amazon in general will give me a small percentage of the sale, like literally 3%. So I get pennies for everything. But you can always check that out. Minipainting.studio is my website. There's a link at the top, Amazon page, and you can just see everything I got thrown on there. I need to update it, though. It's been like since Christmas or something. And then definitely check out the shop if you haven't. If you're a patron and you haven't checked out the patron shop, definitely do. I know I uploaded a bunch of those example minis from all of our classes, so and a lot of them sold. I had 22 of them, and now I think over half of them are gone. So I have classes, yeah. So my job full time is either selling stuff off of my shop, but doing classes on Patreon. So every single month, depending on whatever level you sign up at the $5 level, $10 level, $20 level, you have access to different classes at different skill levels. And then there's also a vault of previous classes available to you the second you sign up. Currently, there's over 80 hours of stuff on there. So you can definitely pick up a lot of tricks and tips. A lot of the people that join the Patreon end up staying literally for like a crazy long time. Amazon goes to a blank page. It should be... That's really weird. It's loading for me. Like, I have it open right now. Amazon.com/shop/minipaintingstudio. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right here. I'm just wondering... what the deal is, because yeah, I'm not. It's loading for me. Does it work for somebody else? Because like I have it open and I can see everything, and it's not like I'm not logged into that account either, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that's like a weird browser thing. Let me try and open it in incognito tab. You can see stuff? Okay, that's interesting. Good old Amazon. All right, let's do some green then. But yeah, people that joined my Patreon, literally, like, I have the, like, my first 3 patrons from, like, years ago are still there. So, very rarely does someone just kind of join and leave. But if you have to, I mean, you know, it's not the end of the world for me. It is sad, but it's okay. I understand things happen. Alright, so I'm going to apply this clear green as a glaze, and you will immediately see why. Would a VPN? Maybe. You're going to see why we did that with the green, though. It's literally going to blow your mind. This is like advanced color theory 1000. You see these tones right here? Look at that. How is this not, like, awesome? I'm using my crappy brush right now, too. We should kill this brush today. But definitely check out the shop, check out the Patreon. They want to download a file? That's so strange. I wonder if it's something up with Amazon's, like AWS, their web service. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they always are having weird issues. I appreciate that, Howard. That means a lot. I know this weekend we've got a class going on. We're painting the Mega Mutant, if I'm not mistaken. We're painting a big mutant guy. And by the end of this weekend too, I'll have the class for June selected, so you guys can all know what mini we're going to be using. It looks like on last glance it'll be a spellcaster of some sort. So, and look at that! Look at the awesome like variance in the green skin that we have as our setup because we use those colors underneath. You just gotta love it. You just gotta think about, you know, how the colors are going to be affected, what you can put underneath. Since I know there's some new people here, all of my miniature painting stuff is influenced by my fine art background. Wow, wow! Look at me, snobby snob. But I went to school for art, studio art painting, for fine art. So I spent an entire semester of my life in a color class that was awful, but obviously it worked. Something went right. The instructor was terrible though. He was insane, like literally insane, senile old man. But hey, it's all good. Let me pull this up so I can see what's going on. I don't have like any of my streaming stuff up there. Damn, girl, that's some fine art. Hey, we've got like a pretty good chunk of people watching this morning. I hope you're all doing good. If it makes sense to share this video out anywhere, please do as well. I am live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time, like a true dastardly devil. It's Friday. I was about to say something, but I think it's I think that would break our TOS, so we can't do that. You want to just work on the green skin? We can do that, right? Let's just do that. So I'm gonna grab Marigold Yellow. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking about the colors that I want to go with, and I want our highlight to go green, but more in this sort of yellowy tint direction, and I want to do smaller highlights to begin with rather than doing like large whatever. So essentially the skin is going to be our contrast base point. So what that means is I need to get like a neutral color to mix with, so I need like a gray. So I'm gonna grab a gray, and then I'm gonna mix our green, clear green, with this Marigold Yellow. So that should give us, honestly, it's probably gonna look like a dulled down version of the yellow ochre that we have out already, but won't know till we try, right? Now, which was the bad brush? This brush is okay. That brush looks a little dusty. This one for sure is dusty. This one's serviceable, so this guy. Or maybe not. Which one was bad? I guess they're all okay. I need to kill some of these brushes though. We'll just put these to the side. Pretend they are all good. And actually, let me see here. Tomorrow's Saturday, that's even better. Man, I have so much work to do, it's just gross. I'm like overwhelmed with everything I need to do. It's not even a joke, like, literally overwhelmed. Alright, so I'm gonna mix the green in with the gray, add some Marigold Yellow, a little bit more Marigold Yellow, there we go. So now we have a very nice neutral green. Oh, sorry, my palette cam's pooping. Let me fix that. There we go. Oh yeah, we actually split the garden up even further last night. I need to go out there and check on them today. One plant like immediately started to die. I forget which one it was. It was one of the strawberry plants, like, and I think it had root rot because I pulled it out to replant it, thinking maybe it was overcrowded, and the roots, like, there were barely any white roots, so that's never a good sign. All right, where do I want to? Okay, where's the focal point? Right here. Okay. I feel like this is still too. All right, let's see. Oni Frog Guy. Oh, yeah! Oni Frog Guy. What's funny is I'm always like, whenever I read that, I'm like, oh, what did you order? But then I realize, like, I give people so many, like, random extra freebies that, like, I'm never really gonna truly remember people's orders. Which, I mean, that tells you, clearly I'm running a great business if I'm, like, giving things away and I can't even remember, right? Clearly. Now, there is, like, a piece of little grit right there I wish I could remove. It's like a hair, I think. So So again, I've got a really neutral green that I'm going back in with. Kind of shaping all of our tones. I'm just paying attention to the volumes here of the light and shadow to get the most out of all the work we've done so far. And remember, this mini is Roop. You can find him on the web store if you go and you filter on the left-hand side under Daybreak. Scroll down, he'll be with all the goblins. He is on sale slightly. I mean, I can't give away the bank. He was only $7 to begin with. Now, again, I'm working with a scaled-up version, so this is not the standard 32 scale that he comes in. This is closer to the 150%. I swear you made it. Yeah, when you made your order, all this stuff was on the shop. You just didn't scroll. But, I mean, I can only organize that store in so many ways, and, like, I'm already at, like, 300 miniatures, so I can't... Hard to figure out, really. But I did see you got, like, pretty much, what, nothing but the Final Fantasy minis? But yeah, I will definitely be on top of keeping those releases up to date because it took me like 15 hours to update the web store last time. Way too much stuff. Paint one what? I've already forgot what we're talking about. Paint a Final Fantasy mini? I mean, we'll see. There are a couple of them that I like. I am going to start, next week you'll see, we're going to start working on 150 scale of the R&E Lord of the Rings sculpts, so that should hopefully be fun for people. Okay, so I like all of our base greens that started off, of course, magenta and yellow. And then guess what? We're going to go back in with magenta. Surprise, surprise, I know. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of rust brown here. Okay, the rust brown totally just overpowered that, so I got to go back. There we go. I want like a really rich salmon. Coral. Coral. That should be good. So now I'm just increasing our shadows using magenta. like this color. A little bit too far on top there, but that's fine. Okay, so yeah, this brush is bad. I'm starting to... Now that I'm trying to work thin, I can see what the problem is with it, so we're gonna kill this guy. Rest in pizza! Look at this. Good old Da Vinci. There's no telling how long I've used this. Mmm! Rest in peace. Alright. How do I prime the model? Like, just like this? You probably showed up right after I started painting it. But with an airbrush. That's how I do all the pre-shading. You did the snap? I love it. Gotta do the snap. I was actually just about to mention that, how we did that in the class. Were you in the class where like the lady was like, don't throw those away, I want them for my stuff? Was that the class you were in, Holly? Do you remember that? The lady that was like, I'm an art teacher, you should give me those instead of wasting them? No? Okay. She actually complained to Ron about my class. So I'm like, I'm always trying to find somebody that was there so that I can be like, that lady sucks. But yeah, she was drunk from what I understand. At least that's what Ron was suspecting, that she had a little bit to drink. And she got there and she was like, I don't even know what this is. My husband made me come here. I'm like, okay. Cool, thank you so much for being here. You're great. A terrain tuff? That's a... Let me see. Is that a... Yeah, you could, huh? Look, if we fan it out, look, I'm like destroying this thing now, but yeah, you could do that and get it with some super glue. How funny. Was that? No, this was it. This was at ReaperCon. A very, very basic, like, brush control class. Yeah, no, we had a lot of fun at my paint-along event, or paint-along event, the Atelier, the Airbnb event that we did. And I do plan to do one at some point this year. If I had, like, what I want to do is rent one of the, like, mansion out in southeast Oklahoma. And, one of the ones that sleeps, like, 20 people. And, figure out what the cost is for everybody and just do, like, a painting weekend. Because, yeah, compared to spending thousands for a convention, my first event was $150. And that included your room and board for 3 nights. So that was a pretty great deal for people that made it. Because they were like, this is so much better. And it's just nice. It's like, you know, it's like a little vacation and easier than some of the con stress that can happen. You wish we could get together at ReaperCon. Yeah, I mean... I wish we could get together at any other convention than ReaperCon. You'll make the omelettes. Yeah, I mean, I plan on doing it this year anyway, Holly, so even if, because I'd also talked about doing it, so like, you know, Sydney would come, and then if you came, I'm sure James could come, right, if he was available, but like, what I want to do is, kind of just like, if it's not one that's, for the public, just like see if we can't get, like Kevin to come, like just other painters, right, if we can do it for a weekend, and just split the cost. Because that could be really cool. And just like literally hang out and paint with each other, right? That type of thing. Super painting fest. And since it's in Oklahoma, I can bring like extra lights, you know, materials, anything we need like that you can't really fly with. Okay. So I'm happy with those tones. So now we need to, let's see. I may just go back on top of the marigold yellow here. Add some clear yellow. There we go. Paint rest. That's funny. Dude, honestly, the most exciting part about doing that would just be cooking. You have no idea. We'd probably, like, the tradition from my old roommate is always doing a hot pot at some point. Some good grillage. And too, also, like, down there they've got a grocery store that's like not, it's not overpriced really, so anything extra that you would need. You love hot pot too? Yeah, Holly, I'm pretty sure like we are the same kind of raccoon when it comes to food. And Sydney is too, right? Like that's kind of the best part about living with her is like we both like the same stuff. It has been so long since I've painted Goblin Skin. Pete, why are you trying to sneak in on this? He's like, hey guys, I like food too. Would you fly into the OKC airport? You know what? That is a good question. Because, well, that would be a good question actually, just because it would depend on whether or not like you guys so that can work. But it's so far away from where this is, so hold on. Because it is such a far drive, like you wouldn't even... Okay. So, is there an airport out here? How do you even get here? Hold up. How do you get tickets to this? Oh, they have flights. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. Oh. That's definitely not. That's trying to take you to Fort Smith, Arkansas. Yeah, no. All right, so because it literally is so far away, it's painful. Hold on. Let me just tell you. So it's a 4-hour drive from Oklahoma City, but flying into OKC International would be the cheapest. I mean, technically, you could fly into Fort Smith if it was cheaper, and then you would just head south. But that being said, so like, I have an SUV, and even packing, like, you know, we could probably pack all of our stuff plus one other person's stuff, right? And then one person in my car and go, and then there would have to be a secondary rental if there were going to be other, like, you know what I mean? So the drive itself, though, is easy. It's just however long it takes type of thing. But yeah, it's funny because you literally are like, you drive for so long and you're like, dude, what is going on? It's like boring Oklahoma plains. And then as you get closer to that eastern border, all of a sudden the trees start to change into these like 100-foot tall pines. And then you start getting in the mountains and like literally, I mean, it's crazy. Like you wouldn't expect that kind of landscape out there, but they do say it's Bigfoot country. Yeehaw. But it really is awesome. And the cabins, like, would literally blow your mind. Like, these are like modern art type things, like super, super fancy. They're not like, you know, unless you live somewhere where you've like been able to experience one of these types of cabins. I mean, I know they've got them everywhere, right? But they're like the glamping cabin. But they're amazing, so. Cell phone reception pretty much doesn't exist, so do keep that in mind. And then the internet is only as good as the internet is, but it's all satellite. But yeah, when Sydney and I were out there, I had a bunch of work to do, and I was like super stressed trying to work while I was out there, but it was still really good. How far do you think it's from Austin? Doggy, you would have to you would have to fly. Hold on. You know, honestly, you could fly from Austin to Love Field and then drive up there if you wanted, to split the difference. So let me tell you real quick. So if you flew into Love Field, it is the exact same amount of time as if you drove from Oklahoma City. So like, actually it's 45 minutes less of a drive. It's like 3 hours and 10 minutes to get up there from Dallas. Otherwise, it would be a 6-hour drive from Austin, which isn't, I mean, that's not the worst, right? If we're all trying to get there at like 4 o'clock. I mean, I've definitely driven to and from Oklahoma to Dallas in the same day multiple times, and like, it's not that bad. And that's like an 8-hour trip, so 8-hour round trip, I should say. But if you didn't want it to be that long, you could fly into Love Field. But obviously, I mean, I think you would spend less money if you drove, clearly. But yeah, like, let me, I'll drop a link in the chat of like an example. I'm loving this skin, by the way. Look at this. This is like looks so good. All right, it'll take me 2 seconds. Boop, boop. Look at that. And then we're gonna look for like huge mega cabin. Let's say like, let's do up to 12 people. How about that? Wait a minute, let's go back. Yo, show me the good ones. Here we go. Can you believe it? These literally are 200 a night, and they're like amazing. Hold up. Oh, and they're doing buy 3 nights, get 1 free. I mean, how could you not love that? Okay, so sleep's up to 10. This one's a little bit more expensive. It really just depends on like the style you're going for. All right, so let's look at like a. I want one of the fancy boys. Hold on, who has fancier? Oh, these people have the fancier. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So like, this is kind of what I'm talking about. How do I drop this in the chat? Just right here? I don't know what chat it's gonna come through. I don't know how to link it to everybody. Hold up. Oh, it's read only? How do I do this? Hold on. I could drop it in Discord. Hold up. Okay, here's this. And I'm gonna drop one more so you get an idea from like 2 different places. Which one was I looking at? That one? I think one that would sleep up to, well, that's way too expensive. What were we looking at? Some of these are like insane, but the Dream Chaser. Sleeps up to here. We're gonna look at these two, see which one looks doper. Oh yeah, this one's like nuts. Let's see. Yeah. So stuff like this too, and I'll drop this in Facebook. Okay. And then let me run over to Twitch for Holly. Where's my channel? How do I do this? It's funny because I can't post in my like chat deal. There we go. Boop. Why can't I? What? I can't. Oh, it says connecting to chat in Twitch. It literally is just like giving me a circle. Can I like pop the chat? Oh, you're in Discord? Then I'll drop it in Discord here. You're not in that one. Which one are you in? There you are. We'll drop it here. Where's the other cabin? This one? Yeah, so this will give you an idea of what they look like. There you go. I'm sure everybody else in that Discord's they're gonna be like, what? Why is he sharing something that looks like a cabin? What's going on? Alright. But that's literally random selection. There are hundreds to choose from that are like really big, really nice. Oh yeah, and so that's one thing that you don't have to feel like too sketch about, because so the hot tubs, they're maintained, and you actually have to do nightly like chemical treatments on them, and they will charge you an insane amount of money if you don't. So like they literally know if you're doing it or not. Because the one that Sydney and I were at had a hot tub, and I think we got in it 2 nights, 1 night. I think we got in it 2 nights. And yeah, you had to do the treatment, and they're like, if we come back and you didn't do this treatment, we're charging you like $300. So, and it's not hard to do, obviously, but you know, that's how they ensure that it stays funky fresh. Okay, well, we will keep this in mind, because, so like, you know, preferably if we did it, like, you have to kind of look at the calendar and pick like a sneaky time to do it to get the best rate, but in the fall would be the best. Otherwise it would have to be like next year, right? Because once you get in towards December, it's like impossible to get a good rate. But you know, fall is good. You know, maybe towards the end of summer could be cool. But you know, if you look at that, and then let's say it's one of the ones, because you know, it doesn't need to be like $400 a night, but let me see. So like if we're looking at, so this one's $290 a night. No, don't do that. Show me the pictures. Oh god, that's definitely not it. Hold on. So let's say we'll just kind of switch it up. We'll say up to 6 people. We'll switch it up further, up to 7 people. 8 people. Here we go. Yeah, these are all really nice. Okay, so Serendipity. That's $350 a night. Oh, it's a lot. Okay. This one's really cool. So if we're just kind of like guessing, oh, this thing looks beautiful. All right, so let's see. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. November's totally open. So let's say it was November 12th through 13th. So we'll do November 12th, and then we leave, on the 14th. And there would be, say, 6 adults. Oh, that's even cheaper. So yeah, it really just depends on how many people. But okay, so then if we take this calculator, oops, how much did that say? Oh my god, where's this? Okay. So yeah, for 3 nights, it could be $155 per person. Or sorry, 2 nights, 3 days. But so you would get there Friday night, all day Saturday, leave Sunday. Which I know is pretty quick. But if you added, oops, sorry. Like, okay, so if we added another day. So like, let's say we got there on a Friday and we left on a Monday. So that way we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to relax. So that would be 1, okay. Oh god, I don't know how to do math. Okay, divided by 6. So then, okay, so if we added an extra day, it would add $20 per person. So it'd be $175 a person for 4 days total, but 2 full days. And that's if there were 6 people in like a nice one. And that's outside of food. So then, let's say 200 flat per person would give us a $150 food budget, which totally can do. So I can definitely save up that much money if we're planning it that far ahead. But yeah, the closer it gets though to Thanksgiving and stuff, all of those bookings are going to disappear, and then the rate's going to go up a lot. I have a 3D print that should be finished. It was a 13-hour print from last night. I'm hoping it worked. It was just something I was printing for myself. It was another Daybreak mini, but it's a 175 upscale of one of the female paladins on a horse, so it is like gigantic. I know, Joni, you would like it out there just because it's pretty. You could take all kinds of photos. Set up a night camera. Get the first photos of Bigfoot out there, huh? Yeah, I was about to say, you'd have to shut down the spa, huh? Yeah, we'll play around with the idea for sure. We've been talking about it long enough. And if it's that far out, I mean, you know, I'm vaccinated and everything, but I'm assuming November should not be a super dangerous threat. I mean, we went camping literally in the middle of the pandemic, so. Oh man, Joni, out there, like, the photos you can get are like the full nebula photos, because there's not a lot of light pollution. Oh my gosh. Look at what trash just dumped. I'm trying to make it dark so I can read. Yeah, trash. So you can cancel 7 days out. So to get everything back, and then if you cancel before then, you lose the deposit. And it said the deposit was $350. So. Really, the issue would be people that were flying, that would be like the risk. This guy kind of reminds me of a pickle with the little bumps. Is that a pickle? I'm getting pickle vibes from his skin. But I'm happy with what we got started here so far. It looks really cool. So, but anywho. I've got plenty to do today. I gotta get some stuff in the mail. Everybody that bought the painted example minis and stuff, I'm gonna try and get those out to you by the end of the day today. And all that good stuff. You lost quite a lot of funds? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure if something like that happened. when I did the previous event, I had one person that had to cancel because they had like a health problem come up, but luckily I was able to refund them and then somebody else replaced them, right? Like within, I don't even know, 24 hours, so. But thanks for hanging out. I was glad we could start this work, and it's been a while since I've just kind of worked on something. You'll see me doing more painting more often very soon, streaming-wise. And then remember, again, like I said, I am going to do Miniature Monday myself, so starting next month, so probably in 1 week, expect me to announce the Miniature Monday bundle that'll be coming out of all the miniatures we're going to work on, and they will be for sale on the web store, discounted. If I had to guess, it'll be 4 miniatures for $20. Normally, like regular 28mm minis are all $7 on my website, so it'll be discounted 5 each. I think that's a pretty fair price. You know, since I'm not a giant multi-million-dollar company, I have to be able to somehow make a penny, but that'll be it for today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. If you are on Patreon, we do have a class tomorrow, so check your schedule, see if you can come hang out with us. Remember, check out patreon.com/minipaintingstudio. That literally is my life, so thank you so much for people that sign up and continue to allow me to eat delicious foods and drink coffee. So thanks so much. I will catch you guys later, and we'll keep playing around with the camping idea.